Exclusive, Liverpool's staggering Darwin Nunez asking price revealed. Anfield Watch can reveal the staggering price tag Liverpool have put on Darwin Nunez. As revealed exclusively by Anfield Watch, the Uruguayan is subject of interest from Al Hilal, with the Saudi club keen to reunite him with his former Benfica coach Jorge Jesus. Liverpool are open to selling Nunez. The forward has not really been able to live up to expectations at Anfield and has struggled under the club's new head coach, Arne Slot. Therefore, the Reds are open to selling him as early as the January transfer window and trying to recoup their losses. But it won't be easy to land him. Liverpool's extraordinary Darwin Nunez price tag revealed. Nunez is still a prized asset at Liverpool. The Reds spent an initial £64 million on his services, with add-ons taking that total to £85 million. Most of those add-ons have now been triggered by Liverpool, which makes Nunez the most expensive transfer in the club's history, with the current total of add-ons triggered standing at £76.6 million, £4.2 million for making 5 appearances and £8.4 million for making 60 appearances. Given the staggering amount Liverpool paid for him, the Reds won't let him go on the cheap. Anfield Watch understands from sources close to the situation that Liverpool have set their asking price at £85 million. That means the Reds want to make a profit on what they paid for the Uruguayan. At this stage, it is understood Al Hilal are not willing to meet Liverpool's requirements. The Saudi club are still interested in Nunez, but they would only be willing to pay a smaller sum in order to take him away from the Reds' hands. There are, of course, other parties interested from all over the world, who might be able to afford Nunez at that price. But it's clear the Reds are open to negotiations for Nunez and are willing to let him go. Whether they can find buyers for that £85 million price tag remains to be seen. It's certainly a steep one, given Nunez feels like a player devoid of confidence and given his recent struggles in a red shirt. Liverpool transfer news. Reds contact agent as Kvicha Kvaratshelia makes transfer request. Liverpool have made contact over a possible successor for Andrew Robertson, while Kvicha Kvaratskhelia wants to complete a transfer away from Napoli in January, with the Reds interested. Fresh from an FA Cup third-round win with young faces making their names, attention quickly turns back to the transfer window. The Reds prevailed over Accrington Stanley on Saturday, where Rio Ngumaha became the club's youngster ever starter and Jayden Danns scored yet another goal in the domestic cup. The only summer signing at Arne Slot's disposal also made an impact, as Federico Chiesa found himself on the scoresheet in the 4-0 win. The promise on display has not diminished the transfer speculation around the club. Incoming interest and possible exits remain on the agenda after limited business over the summer. Kvaratskhelia requests exit. Napoli boss Antonio Conte has revealed that Kvicha Kvaratskhelia has requested an exit from the club in the January transfer window. Kvaratskhelia has long been touted for a move, and it has now been confirmed it could come soon. Liverpool are known admirers of Kvaratskhelia, but Paris Saint-Germain are current frontrunners. Sources close to the player have indicated that PSG have made progress on personal terms with the Georgia star for a long-term contract. The 23-year-old is now pushing for his exit, and Conte has been unable to persuade him to remain in Naples. The Italian said, "Kvaratskhelia asked the club to be sold. I'm disappointed. It was a bolt from the blue. I don't want him to think I've chained him here. We're losing an important player." Conte added, "I tried to convince Kvaratskhelia to stay, but he has decided to go and try a new chapter. The club and his agent will now find the solution. I can't keep Kvara here if he doesn't want to stay." Liverpool contact agent. Liverpool have made contact with El Hadji Malik Diouf's agent about a possible move, according to D Sports and InFootball, per Sport Witness. The Reds are eyeing up the Slavia Prague ace as a successor to Andy Robertson, it is said. The Premier League leaders have contacted the player's agent to gather insight over whether a transfer is possible, amid plenty of competition. Crystal Palace have already made a move, while Nottingham Forest and Bournemouth are said to have expressed their interest. Slavia Prague are demanding €25 million, £21 million, for their player. Liverpool name price. Liverpool would be open to the sale of Harvey Elliott if they can rake in £40 million, according to reports. Borussia Dortmund are said to be interested in the 21-year-old, who has made just 10 appearances this term after struggling with injury. Brighton are among those eyeing the midfielder in addition to the Bundesliga side. Liverpool forked out £4.3 million to bring Elliott to Anfield from Fulham after a ruling by a tribunal. Should they choose to allow his departure, they stand to make a Darwin Nunez, considered for unexpected transfer as £20 million Liverpool replacement, contacted. Latest Liverpool transfer news as Saudi Pro League clubs reportedly circle Darwin Nunez plus links with El Hadji Malik Diouf. Saudi Pro League giants Al Hilal are reportedly showing an interest in Liverpool striker Darwin Nunez. The Uruguayan forward has become the topic of speculation in recent weeks after his disappointing form for the Reds continued. According to Anfield Watch, the Liverpool forward is the subject of interest from several Gulf clubs, including Al Hilal, who is said to be under serious consideration. In recent weeks, Nunez has been linked with a move away from Anfield, and a report from Caught Offside earlier this week claimed that the 25-year-old had held talks with head coach Arne Slot, with the Dutchman seeking improvement from his performances. Anfield Watch claimed that Nunez is under serious consideration from the Saudi Pro League leaders and admire the forward. The former Benfica man played 90 minutes in the 4-0 win over Accrington Stanley but failed to get himself on the scoresheet, although he provided an assist for Diogo Jota for the opener. Elsewhere, reports in Senegal have claimed that Liverpool have made contact with Slavia Prague defender El Hadji Malik Diouf. The outlet claims that the Reds are looking to make the 20-year-old Andy Robertson successor amid speculation surrounding the current fullback. The Scotland international has weathered criticism this season after uncharacteristic mistakes seeped into his Liverpool performances. Former Reds defender Jamie Carragher called for a new left-back in January in order to catapult Slot's side to Premier League glory after a downturn in performances from the 30-year-old, in light of their 2-2 draw with Manchester United. According to D-Sport sources, the English top-flight leaders have contacted the Diouf's agent to assess the possibility of a transfer. Crystal Palace have also been fiercely linked with the left-back. The Evening Standard reported this week that their £12.5 million bid was turned down by the Czech club, who view the 20-year-old at £20 million, and Oliver Glasner's side will now look elsewhere. Exclusive: Micah Richards confronted Jamie Carragher in Sky Sports studio after he put the knife in. Micah Richards and Jamie Carragher are the best of friends on television, but there was one stage where the Manchester City legend had something to get off his chest. They laugh with each other on Sky Sports and CBS, but Micah Richards has not always been happy to see Jamie Carragher. Richards, 36, and Carragher, 46, are two of the most famous and talked about football pundits in the industry today. The former made his punditry debut in the 2019 Manchester Derby, not long after he retired from football off the back of a difficult spell with Aston Villa. But as he walked into the studio to see Carragher, Richards recalled some harsh words the Liverpool legend said on television after the Merseysiders beat Richards and his teammates 6-0 at Villa Park. Carragher tore into the Midlanders' performance, blasting their attitudes and effort levels as much as their technical failures. While Richards admitted it was a turgid display from him and his teammates, he took exception to Carragher's comments about their professionalism. In an exclusive interview with Mirror Football, Richards, who is starring in the 19th season of A League of Their Own, said, "I work with Jamie Carragher now. Carragher, I remember a game we played against Liverpool at home and Liverpool battered us 6-0. Carragher basically said, I wouldn't take one of those players. They are not good enough and they are not giving enough. I took that personally. When I started doing punditry, I was like, I understand you can critique my performance in terms of not doing well, that's fine. You have to take that. But when it's like, you're not working hard enough or, you're not giving any effort, you don't know that. You don't know that, so you can't say that. But it's all fun and games at the end of the day." I had a conversation with him after that, and he said, "I didn't mean it like that. He was just in the moment and the emotion of what he was talking about. To be honest, that season, we were poor for Villa, so I can understand why he was putting the knife in. Players, generally, are fine as long as it's not personal. I try not to make it personal, certainly while I am doing my punditry. Carragher did not hold back then, and he certainly does not now, calling things how he sees them without sugarcoating his words. Richards also speaks his honest thoughts about players, football teams and refereeing decisions. But while he is always objective, Richards is also aware of the effect his words may have on people. He added, "I wouldn't say anything that I would regret. I have been in that situation. I am fresher out of the dressing room, and if you look at the senior pros, they are 15 or 20 years out of the dressing room. Things have changed. It used to be tough love back in the days when I was first coming through. Now, players are a lot more sensitive, but they are also